Hello, everyone. Welcome back. It's Mark and Joe's Baseball Podcast. I'm Mark. That's
Joe?
Yeah, he's Joe, by the way. And we're at a different location today. I want to tell people where we're at and why we're here today.
We're at Panera?
And why we're at Panera. Yeah, see, proof. We're at Panera right now because his house is getting cleaned, right? Our location we're at. And then we know making content, as a content creator, you're going to have to come up with other ideas and do things differently, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what did you do over the last 2 weeks? Haven't we missed the viewers? What have we done differently over the last 2 weeks? What have you been up to?
I went to the St. Charles Mozart Museum.
Well, that's cool. I went to a college basketball game and an NBA basketball game with you. So we both went to some basketball games together as well in the last few weeks. But that's what it is. But with that being said, let's get right on today's news of the week. News that we've had over the last 2 weeks. You want to share some news?
Yeah, the Yankees now can have facial hair.
Facial hair for the Yankees, really? Like kind of like you, right? Kind of like you. Yours is clean shaven, so you could be a member of the New York Yankees, right?
I can be Yankees. Yeah.
Yeah, Joe can be a Yankees player now. And let's see, some of the news I have for the week. In less than 2 weeks, by the time we do episode 3, by the time you see episode 3, the Cubs and Dodgers will have played their first 2 games of the season in the Tokyo series in Japan. Because by the time you see that episode in 2 weeks on Wednesday, I believe whatever Wednesday that is, they will have played 2 games. And by the time we film the next episode, they'll play the first game. But by the time you see the next episode, they'll have played 2 games an episode. By the time you see episode 3 of the Mark and Joe's Baseball Podcast. And in other news, this is a kind of a hard storyline to talk about. Major League Baseball a few weeks ago, opted out of their final 3 years with ESPN. After the 2025 season, Major League Baseball is opting out of their deal with ESPN with 3 years remaining on their contract to have games on TV. So that's kind of a unfortunate news. And those of you who follow me on my main channel, Mark's Cards and Reason Predictions, know I like to do the predictions every Friday for the games that are on Sunday night. No, but some of those people know. Those of you who watch me know I do that, right?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do after that happens after 2025. So a lot of things to discuss. And it's also our favorite teams episode, right? We'll talk about that and more.
Yeah.
But first, we have a quick public service announcement about how your baseball feels in the winter with all the snow on the ground. Where some of you might have snow on the ground still, right? Some of you might have snow on the ground. So here's a quick public service announcement about your depressed baseball and what it feels throughout the winter. I'm just a baseball. I'm lonely because I want someone to play with me, and it's cold out, and I'm sitting in a pile of snow. Please play with me. That's all I want. That's all I want to do. Will someone play with me? Who knows? Maybe life just doesn't matter. We'll see. I'm a very sad baseball. Is your baseball depressed when it's winter outside? Yeah, if so, it's okay. Because it's winter. And there's snow on the ground. Because, look, there's snow on the ground, see? Yeah, so if your baseball is lonely in the winter, it's okay. Tell it. It's okay to be lonely. Baseball, it's going to be fun. Spring's coming soon. It's not that far off. Hopefully, your baseball is happier when it comes, because it will be. That's a quick public service announcement from Mark and Joe's Baseball Podcast. And with that being said, hope your baseball's lonely life gets better. Stay tuned for future public service announcements from Mark and Joe's Baseball Podcast. So everyone here is the birthdays in baseball for March 5th. 2025 birthdays for this episode. Kyle Schwarber, born in 1993 on March 5th. After that, we have Nick Madrigal, former Chicago White Sox player, who was born in this day in 1997, a year after I was born, so less than a month after I was born. It was a year after I was born, almost, when Nick Madrigal was born. And Bo Bichette, born in 1998. Hard to believe. Two of those names were born after me. One was before me. And last but not least, 2005 World Series champion Paul Konerko for the Chicago White Sox, one of your favorite teams. Which,
Yeah, I have a jersey.
Which is our episode today about favorite teams.
I have a Falcon jersey.
That's nice. That's cool. Was born on this day in 1976. Last but not least, my aunt. Happy birthday to my aunt Libby. If you're watching this video, happy birthday to you. Uncle Chris, if you're watching this video, tell Libby I said happy birthday. So, happy birthday to all the baseball players born on March 5th. And now I'd like to turn it over to Joe for our history in baseball for March 5th.
So here's the history of March 5th. In 1982, needing just 3 wins to reach 300 for his career, Galen Perry signs a 1-year contract with the Seattle Mariners.
Wow, nice. I like the Seattle Mariners. That's a very fun team to watch.
Yeah.
You ever been to a game out there in Seattle?
No.
No.
And in fact, I just got a match card with Sarah Polito.
Really? Where can people watch that?
My Goom Joey.
Okay, yeah, heard that. Go to Gumbo Joe's channel and watch that video. Yeah, I've been to the one game in Seattle. That was in 2007. I was at a game there with we went on a vacation at a friend's wedding, a family friend's wedding, with my grandparents, and on the trip we decided to get tickets to go to the game with my grandparents. And that was like the quickest game I've ever been to. Like less than 2 hours to finish a 9-inning game.
Oh.
That's before they had all the rule changes and stuff in baseball. Seeing a game that's less than 2 hours long in 2007, the Mariners, Seattle Mariners, I believe they won that game 2-1. I think, and I remember they played the Baltimore Orioles. Let me find that real quick. I'll show the box score. I'll show the box score to everyone here. If I can. Maybe I'll do that. I'll try to do it. I'll tell you at the end of the video about it. So I'll tell you at the end of the video about the box score from that game. So if you give, we'll talk about that at the end. I'll show the box score from that game. So. Okay, everyone, now it's time to talk about our concept of today's episode of the Mark and Joe's Baseball Podcast. Our favorite teams episode. We'll start with Joe. Who are your favorite teams in Major League Baseball and why?
I like the White Sox. Because I grew up watching the White Sox, guys.
You grew up as a White Sox fan. Yeah, so did I.
And the Diamondbacks, a lot of from the Cougar players, the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, well, we own a lot of Cougar games this year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully. I work there, so he'll go when I'm working. So, and that's it for you.
And then I kind of like the Brewers.
Ooh, Milwaukee Brewers. Interesting. Why do you like the Brewers nowadays? You have family up there?
No,
Oh, yeah,
I don't know. It's
kind of.
kind of like, I don't know why I like them.
Okay. My turn now?
Okay, you go ahead.
Thank you. Well, I'll tell you this. I have 4 favorite teams. So, and not based on this. Well, first of all, I like the St. Louis Cardinals. They're my favorite team because my family is all from the Missouri area, St. Louis region. Kansas City Royals are my other favorite teams, Kansas City Royals. I have family members in Kansas City area and in the Missouri area. So, I guess you could say I like both the teams in the St. Louis, Kansas City area in the Midwest. I-70 rivalry. One of the best rivalries in Midwest and Missouri. Hard to pick which team to like, but as a Cardinals fan, they're not doing good. They didn't sign a lot of free agents. So we'll see how bad the Cardinals are this year. And then the Chicago White Sox, because I was born and raised in Chicago, and live in Illinois most of my life. But at the end you'll see right here I'm wearing a Cubs hat today. But because I'm an Iowa fan, you see the Tiger Hawk there for Iowa. So I'm wearing this Cubs hat today, but I guess it doesn't have to do with my favorite teams. It has to do with one of my college football teams I watch. I guess that's the thing. And then, of course, Arizona Diamondbacks. They're good, too, because the Kane County Cougars are another good team. Who are your favorite players be on your favorite teams for the White Sox? And for the teams you said, who are your favorite players on those 3 teams?
I don't know. The White Sox, the long players gone.
Yeah. I believe that.
Al Thomas, my favorite player on Diamondbacks.
And what about the Brewers? You said the Brewers are your favorite team, too. Who's your favorite player there?
I don't have a really favorite flavor.
Okay, well, I can tell you this. St. Louis Cardinals, I'm not really sure who my favorite players there. I want to say Wilson Contreras and Nolan Arenado are the 2 players that I like because Paul Goldschmidt's gone, and then the pitching-wise, hard to pick a pitcher. For Kansas City Royals, they have tons. Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, the 2015 World Series MVP. He's the only one left. The team from 2015 for the Royals that won a World Series title. And then Arizona Diamondbacks, Alec Thomas, Geraldo Perdomo, former King County Cougars players. I don't say those names. Try saying the second name, Gerardo Perdomo, 5 times fast. See what happens. And then lastly, for the White Sox, I'd say Andrew Vaughn, most likely, the first baseman. Because I don't really know who the other players are in the White Sox in 2025.
So what's your favorite pro go to?
My favorite baseball stadium to go to? Out of the 4 stadiums I've been to, that's a tough one. I would say Busch Stadium because of the views. Busch Stadium would be because of the views.
I say Busch Stadium or Kauffman Stadium.
Yeah, Busch Stadium for the views. Arizona, their stadium's nice too. Chase Field. I was there a few years ago for the 2023 World Baseball Classic, seeing Team USA and Team Great Britain play in a game in Chase Field. That stadium is beautiful. That stadium is nice and beautiful, you know. And you can park in a parking garage, and you can park in the second row of one of their parking garages, which is how we entered the stadium. We parked in a parking garage and walked in across a bridge into the stadium, right into the stadium. So that's nice for some of those stadiums that do that. There's a few out there that do. So. Okay, everyone, here for our final thoughts of episode 2. We had a great day today, right? Talking about all kinds of stuff. We thought that public service announcement about your depressed baseball. We had the history of birthdays, our favorite teams we talked about. And to recap, remember when we talk about the history about Seattle Mariners, what you talk about in the baseball history. I went to a game in 07. I found a box score. This is on Baseball Almanac. This is on a website called Baseball Almanac. And so I got the box score from that game. I'll show you real quick. Right there, if you can see it. Oh man, that's hard to tell. 4-2 was the score of the game. Right there. And I'll tell you about the time frame. I told you it was a quick game. 2:12 was the time of the game. I don't know if you can see that exactly. I might post another video separately to talk about that for this episode. But 2 hours, 12 minutes was the total time of the game. Mariners won 4-2. And if I remember correctly, Ichiro Suzuki was his first game back from an injury that game. He had 2 hits in the 3 at-bats and scored 1 run in the game. So, out of 4 runs total. So that was it. Episode 3 in 2 weeks, we will have our predictions, right? We'll predict who we think's going to make the playoffs next episode.
Yeah.
So we'll have our predictions next episode for the 2025 regular season. We're going to pick. Even though we're going to be 2 games in with the Dodgers and Cubs. So, but I don't think that matters because it's only 2 games in.
Yeah.
2 games isn't going to really hurt our predictions-wise. So that's going to be an episode number 3 in 2 weeks. Can't wait to do that next time. That being said, we hope you enjoyed. And don't forget, watch the channel, like it, subscribe. Tell friends to do the same. Anything else you want to say?
No.
Okay, that's it. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye, everyone.